kindness of these my old comrades, for believing that I am capable of being up there. It's not something I can apologize for. All I can say is that there are so many other Ugandans capable of offering leadership at a higher level. And my humble view is that let's first concentrate on creating an environment that makes it possible for leaders to emerge and compete favorably beyond the self-interest and our desires to be on the ballot paper. It should not be casual. It should not be really a ritual. It should be a serious endeavor. I appreciate them. I will encourage them when I meet them that we can put a lot of energy on these issues, make it possible for a change to happen. Then I have no doubt in my mind that we shall have an opportunity as the opposition, for example, to sit in a quorum like this and agree on our best foot forward and our best bet when time comes. That's what I can say about that. Qualifications for politicians, something I didn't talk about because I thought when I share with the public my written documents, people will be able to see my expanded views on governance. One of the proposals for constitutional amendment is to activate the provisions in Schedule 5 of the Constitution that talks about regional governments. When you form regional governments, some of the questions that are raised at the center will go to the regions. What's wrong with the country not discussing a possibility of power sharing through advanced devolution? You can call it federalism, you can call it anything else. Once we devolve power from the center to the regions, because probably I'll ask a question to the Minister of Local Government in Parliament. What happened to activating Schedule 5 in the Constitution that talks about regional governments? This can take care of some of the problem. I want people to go to their local regions and where possible, have a debate in their vernaculars. There's nothing wrong. And where issues, where documents have to be discussed or synthesized in a foreign language, they should be done. But I don't want to say that qualifications are the problem. Okay? Of course, if you are qualified, ordinarily, if you choose to do wrong, it's deliberate, because you know. You have seen professors fail to do mundane things. So, but I know Ugandans are capable, for example, of deciding, of electing who is capable of being in an upper chamber, in a council, district council, in a sub-county council. They know all that. I don't want to take away that right, because policy should create room for involvement and participation. And then if people are sensitized well, if the civic education and civic competence rises, then I have no doubt citizens won't put square pegs in round holes. They'll put people where they belong. The Mnyonyo conversation, and then majority of opposition don't want, do you have a census of the majority, my brother? No, I'm not referring to that. You said majority of the opposition don't want reforms. And I was asking, do you have a census? Political leaders. Political leaders are various. Probably a few of us have a microphone to speak. But if you moved out there and spoke to political actors, they're desirous of these reforms. But I'm not blind to the frustration of the political leaders at a higher level. The frustration is obvious because we have had run-ins with the system, the unwillingness to climb down their high horse, to listen to citizens, to listen to their opponents. It's understandable. But tell me, so if you don't want to do this, so where do you want us to go? Are you for armed rebellion? Are you for civil disobedience? Then go for it. The one thing I will not do is simply look on and wait for somebody to come from nowhere and do what I don't know. In my space, I'm only doing what I know. And it's my job to speak convincingly, to speak to the other party, to see a bigger call for national building. I can't run scared that they won't listen. So why am I in parliament? If I'm convinced they cannot listen, so why am I here then? I should stay away. It's my daily duty to speak to people who don't want to listen to me, to compel them to listen to me by raising the bar of the issues, vacate the mundane issues, and then speak to the issues that can sustain our young democracy and give a possibility of a durable constitutional order. It's my job. Whether we believe they won't listen, probably. Because this conversation is not a conversation of politicians alone, and that's the danger. These issues are not issues of politicians alone. Civil society, cultural institutions, religious institutions, even witch doctors must participate in this conversation. This is the conversation of citizens for better governance. It's not a preserve of politicians. Politicians have a duty to lead. They have an obligation to be honest about possibilities. I'm only doing what I believe is feasible. Let the conversation ensue. Let's begin it. If somebody has a higher and better way and a shortcut, I'll join them.